Hello, my most amazing art students. How are you? I have a really fun lesson for us today. But before I get too far ahead of myself, I want to say it. I make messes. I make mistakes. But deep inside, I got what it takes. I am an artist. So me and George are here. Look, George is over there in his bed. You are in my studio at my house, and we are going to make some fun art today. So what you're gonna need today, this is just the beginning. It's probably gonna take you not very long to do this. So this part has to dry, and then we're gonna put all the parts and pieces together. I promise you next week, this is another 2-day project. It's gonna be a lot of fun, and I'm gonna show you all the things. But today, you need a piece of tin foil. Again, if you already watched that lesson, it's gonna be kind of similar, but not exactly the same. Maybe for the background. So you have a piece of tin foil, a piece of paper, and your Crayola markers. And a water bottle full of, spray bottle full of water. Couldn't think of the term. All right, get ready. Here we go. I have been really influenced lately by all the snowman books, like Snowman at Night, and then we have that great one about if Picasso painted a snowman, and there's just so many great ones that we're kind of still in the throes of winter, even though I would really love for it to be springtime, and I can't wait for it to get a little warmer. We are still in the middle of winter. So you're gonna start by taking your Crayola markers and you're going to color your tin foil, similar to that other project. Just, you can do it all the colors of the rainbow if you wanna try and experiment with that. You could pick just your favorite colors. You could just do cold colors. You could do warm colors. Totally up to you. You are the artist. You can decide. It has a little piece of glue right there, but I don't want to waste this piece of tin foil, so I'm going to color it anyway. All right, I'm going to leave the bottom part blank though. And the reason is I want it to be white because again, I'm thinking about making a snowman. All right, let me get these markers out of the way. And then you're going to spray your piece of tin foil. Okay, let me put this flat. You're gonna take your piece of paper, you're going to put it down on the tin foil and massage the back so that we can get a really good print. All right, let's see what it looks like. Wow, yeah, that looks awesome. All right, we're gonna set that aside. We're gonna let it dry. This part is something that you're going to be doing today, this first part, and one more part. Okay, you're gonna get a blue piece of paper. There's 2 ways to do this. I kind of lightly sketched it, but I'm gonna draw it with a Sharpie. We're gonna create a box. That's the second part. So we're gonna start by doing a line that goes like that. And then we're gonna cross another line that goes like that. So we're basically making a diamond and straight across. Okay, and then another one straight across. So we have this diamond here. Okay, sort of a diamond pattern. We're gonna connect. This is gonna be a side flap to the box. That's gonna be another side flap to the box. This will be a side flap to the box. And this will be a side flap to the box. Now, all we have to do is just make the front of the box right here and this side to the box. Okay, so there's one way to go about doing it. The other way to go about doing it might even be a little bit simpler. So we're gonna create, and I did this with my pencil first. You're gonna create this shape, which is a rectangle. Ba-ba-bum. But I'm not gonna do that with my Sharpie just yet, because I want to make sure that I make the front flap to my box So I'm gonna have to erase the top part of that line because I'm not gonna see it. And I'm gonna make a slanted line that comes out from it. This is gonna be that front open flap, okay, to my box. So if I went ahead and traced it, I would only go up that far, and then I'd have this almost like a trapezoid kind of a shape that is the front flap to the box. And now I'm just going to continue that line back, and I'm going to continue that line back, and then I'm going to connect it. That's the back of my box. And now I just need to do the side flaps. Okay. There we go. So there is our box. What we're going to do is we're going to cut out that box. I think I like this one the best. You can do it either way. Having trouble seeing around my camera. Let's see. George, stop. Okay. So this is going to still be part of day one. So your background should be dry by now. And you can take glue bob and you're going to glue your box onto the paper. Now, I'm going to take my eraser and erase all these pencil lines so that it looks nice and neat. And then I'm gonna glue it down. I'm gonna use a glue stick. You guys are gonna use glue bob, but let's glue it down. When you use glue bob, you're just gonna do tap, tap, tap on the top. If you're in kindergarten, I might be drawing a box for you to cut out. Okay, so you have this box and you've got your background. Okay, now that is the end of day one. If you finish with both of those things and you put your name on your paper, then you are able to go to sketchbook. And now let's get ready for day two. Okay, everyone in class is going to get a ball of clay. And this kind of clay is called Model Magic. It is kind of a plasticky, almost marshmallowy kind of feeling clay. And should be pretty soft and squishy, but it's gonna get squishier the warmer it gets in your hand. So I'm gonna go ahead and roll it around in a ball, get a good ball going, like so. And then I'm gonna take it and I'm just gonna squish it into a pancake. And have you guessed what we're making? We are making a snowman coming out of our box. So because he's coming out of the box, I feel like this side, and you can cut this really easily, this side should be straight. Okay, so you can just stick this right to the paper. We're just gonna stick him right to the paper. Don't worry about it, it will stay stuck. Okay, as long as you don't peel it off before it's time. Okay, that's the first ball. Now we're gonna roll up a second one. Okay, I'm gonna use the table. Roll it around in a circle. And then squish it into a pancake. Get that seam there. Okay, I'm gonna lay that one right on here. So there's the second one. And now we just need a head. I'm gonna roll this around. And we're gonna squish it. Okay, now we have 3 balls. Okay, the cool part about Model Magic is that you can make it any color that you want. Now, I'm gonna have some colors for you to make his scarf, and you can just draw right on it to make his eyes and buttons. You can take your black Crayola marker. Let's find the black Crayola marker. And we can put eyes on him. And we can put a mouth on him. And we can put buttons on him all the way down. Now, like I said, you can make it any color you want. So if you want to change the color and make your own color, like I'm going to peel off a piece of this and I'm going to make a carrot nose, you color right on the clay. And the Model Magic, then you have to knead it in. If you want it to be really, really where you see the color on all sides. You want to color it some more. And don't worry about your fingers because it's a washable marker, so you can just wipe them with a wipey when you're done. Okay, so you'll knead it in. I love this clay because I think it is so easy to use and really fun. And I want you guys to have a lot of fun with it. So if you were popping out of a box, if it was you as the snowman, what would you put in your hand? Like your 2 favorite things? What would you put? I'm gonna make his carrot. I'm just gonna squish that right on. There we go. It's got kind of a big fat nose. All right, now I've got a whole bunch of colors here that I made, but like I said, I'm also going to give you some blue and some red and maybe a little bit of yellow. But if you want to make your own colors, then you go right ahead. So I made that orange, but I don't want it to go to waste. So I'm gonna pull off a piece of it and I'm gonna roll it really thin into like a snake. Put that there. And I've got some pink here that I made. I'm gonna roll that into a snake. You don't even need to use glue on this. It's gonna stick right to the paper. And then we're just gonna dry it like that. It has to dry flat and then we can hang it up. Okay? So now I'm gonna take it and I'm gonna twist it. Twisting. And then I think I'm gonna make that into his scarf. But maybe I'm gonna cut it a little bit. If you wanna use scissors to cut it, you totally can. Okay, so maybe his scarf is blowing in the wind. Okay. Now, if you wanna, if you wanna make brown, you have to color the clay brown with a brown marker. So take a little piece of white. You don't need much. Maybe 2 little pieces of white, like that. And you're gonna take a brown marker and color it in. Oh, there's my brown marker. Okay. So color it. The cool part about doing the brown is it kind of comes out looking kind of like a tree. I'll show you a tree branch because when you knead it in together, it gets all kind of swirly like a tree branch. So here's what I mean. I'm gonna roll it. See how it gets all kind of marbly. And maybe I'll make a little snip in it. break it off. There's his one hand. I'll just stick that down to the paper. I don't even think I need this other part, so maybe I would give this one to a friend. Say, hey, do you need some brown? But see how marbly it's getting? The more you knead it in, the better the color is going to be. Isn't that cool? All right, I'm going to take this piece because I don't want it to go to waste. And I'm going to put it here. So, if this was my snowman, if this was me, I'd probably want a hat. And I think I'd probably, whoop, that seems too low. Let's put his arm a little higher. His scarf is flying off in the wind. But I want to have room for his hand. There we go. Okay, there he is. Surprise! You can put a hat on him. You could put ears on him. But I think I'm probably, let me show you one I did where I put a coffee cup in his hand. Because you know I love my coffee. Where is it? Okay, here is my first snowman. It's got a hat, and then I drew blue buttons on this one. This one's dry now, except the paper bent, but see, it's still stuck to the paper, so it still works. And so then there's his arms. He's holding a paintbrush. It almost looks like a torch though, and a coffee cup with the smoke that's coming out of it like a heart. You can do any number of a bunch of things. Here's what the red and the blue look like. That's the red and blue clay that I'll be giving you, but I made the arms just the same way, except he's not coming out of a box. I'd like him to come out of a box for you guys today. So how creative can you get? You're gonna have some clay. You're gonna color it in whatever colors you want on your snowman. Be creative. Could it be a cat snowman? Could it be a dog snowman? Could it be you as a self-portrait of a snowman? Just think of all the things. And if it was you, what are the two things that you could have your snowman holding? Okay, I can't wait to see what you come up with. Have so much fun.